All right, very good. All right, I thought today was a good day. I really like the spirit guys are bringing into practice. There's still some moments today of things that the finer details we got to clean up. First down, our first day of third downs, introducing some red zone, different looks, different thoughts. But ultimately, I thought the guys competed. I thought they responded throughout the course of practice. Looking at the numbers yesterday, it was one of the best practices, workload and just explosiveness that we've had. In the season. It's our best Tuesday that we've had just from the overall movements. Things I liked yesterday's practice when I was out here, but seeing the numbers, it was impressive. Our top speeds, the way guys are flying around, and I thought today, it was much the same. I liked the urgency. It was good. We were able to get Jordan out there and moving around, and I thought he threw the ball well, and it was just good seeing continued growth and continued push from guys on our team. So it was. I thought it was a good work day, and excited about to continue to progress through the week.
How much of the success do you think is fueled like a really high spirited practice like Tuesday?
I think when you're willing to invest all that you have into a practice, you bring good energy, you bring work, your work ethics at a certain point. Obviously the effort that you're pouring into it, that's going to show up in great ways, because one of the things even through the first 3 games, there's been moments of inconsistency of pick what the issue is, whether it's communication, detail, fundamental, just those. The only way those get corrected are if you put yourself in that emotional state, because you're gonna have excitement, anxiety, all those things are gonna show up on game day. So you got to get yourself to that point in practice so that you can be more comfortable and focused when it shows up in the game. And so I love when guys bring that type of energy to a practice. It definitely helps prepare us for what's ahead.
Do you get the sense from Jordan, because he's become the leader, how badly he wants to be up with his team and compete?
Yeah, I think it's always been in him. I really do. I think when you care about people, whatever your role is, you want to be there to support them and to be there with them. When you are a leader, it obviously has a huge impact. I know I mentioned Fabian Levitt didn't make the trip last week, but he made an impact last week, and that's where he is a leader. And even though he was unavailable last week, he still was a strong voice. He was doing the things that he could do, controlling things he could control. Same with Jordan. We talked about the second half, and that's where he never went away. He wasn't able to cross the sideline, but he was still there and present. So those guys want to be as active and involved as they can be, and that's where you see that cohesiveness and that team really come together. And when you have a team that's built on that.
Are accurate passers born or created? Jordan's accuracy just seems to be blossoming and growing.
Yeah, I think he's always had it in him. I think you get comfortable in what you're being asked to do. I think you get comfortable in, we're a rhythm-based passing team, and that was when we got here. I've really done nothing to Jordan's upper body throwing motion. There's a couple tips that we'll give here and there, but we set him in rhythm with his feet, and he's an exceptional mover and can do a lot of things. But he is. When you see him throwing a rhythm and time, it's special, and I think that's helped build confidence. And then you're going to have the off rhythm throws. You're going to have the times when the playmaker just has to go out there and make plays, and he's got a special talent.
How do you think Micah did today? He seemed to make a lot of plays.
He did. It's one of the guys that I know I mention him each week, and I think he had 1 catch in the game last week. He's been, but he's so consistent in the way he comes to work, and his just his spirit. He wants it all. He's like any good receiver. He wants the ball as much as possible, but whenever the way that he plays without the ball, the way that he practices, the investment, the growth, trying to get better. Today he was great in practice. He obviously got the ball a lot, but it was fun to see him compete, and just he's always wanting to improve, and I love that. And so, and I think that's what you see from that receiver position in general, is that we got a lot of competitors, guys that are trying to define and establish their role and increase their role, but they're bringing the work. Last one, or I can leave now. All right, wife walk.
See you.
Thank you, guys. Wear that, no question.